G'day, it's Justin here. It's a magnificent day here in Adelaide, South Australia, and I'm coming at you for Antichrist magazine. And the main reason for this interview today is to talk about the new album by the band One Step Beyond, entitled In the Shadow of the Beast, soon to be released on Wormhole Death Records. This is One Step Beyond's fourth full-length album. The band's been going for around 20 years and was mainly a three-piece up until the death of our guitarist Jeremy in 2007. So since then it's been Mad Matt and myself as the core members, and we've had session musicians and friends help us out with recording in the studio and with some live shows. But mainly to talk about the album, the previous albums have touched on a lot of issues like politics, religion, social problems, things that piss us off, things that we love, but all with mainly a positive approach. We like to see the good in things and encourage positivity. This album, we went on a bit of a different track. What we've done with this one is to pay tribute to the games that we ruined many joysticks on back in our youth, games on systems such as the Commodore 64 and the Amiga. Games where the gameplay itself was a little bit limited, so the creators of the games had to come up with some stories to flesh out the game a little bit. And so what we've done is taken those stories, which tell more of a story about the game than the game itself, and turned them into lyrics to pay tribute to those games that we spent so many hours on in our youth. The artwork on the albums come from two separate artists. The inside artwork is from an artist called Moonroot Artworks in the Ukraine, and he approached us asking if we'd like to commission a piece, so we did, and the artwork on the inside works really well because it has a real sort of 8-bit feel to it, and it works really well with the concepts of the album. And the front cover artwork is by an artist called Cam Smith, who has done artwork for quite a few Adelaide bands, including my other vocal project, Seminole Embalmment. He's done this shirt here, and he's also done the cover artwork for my traditional death metal band Brutaliate, who has their debut coming out fairly soon. Not to mention several others, and also Cam is a member of the band Putrescent Seepage, who is the only other slam band in Adelaide apart from Seminole Embalmment, so we've played a few shows together, and it's great to have an artist who not only understands what we're looking for but also enjoys the music and plays it himself. It's a real plus. And so that album's going to be coming out, as I said, on Wormhole Death in a couple of weeks' time. We were very drawn to Wormhole Death because of all the positive feedback that all the artists on the album, the label so far, have given to Wormhole Death. They were very positive, and they said that they felt like they were supported and understood, so that was something that was very important to us when we were looking for a distribution contract. So we have to say that since dealing with Wormhole Death, we've had nothing but positive things to say. Carlo's been brilliant, very supportive, and we're very excited to be a part of the Wormhole Death family and very much looking forward to the worldwide release. Sadly, we probably won't be able to do much in the way of touring because the band is mainly the core of Matt and myself. We don't really have a solid touring lineup. We did play a show recently here in Adelaide which was called Adelaide Resurrection. That was three bands who hadn't played in between 6 and 10 years, and that was our first show in 8 years. We had the two guitarists from Brutaliate and also the drummer called Liam Weedle, who also played on the album In the Shadow of the Beast, and is a very talented session drummer here in Adelaide who's played with a lot of bands. So that was a really good night. We saw a lot of people that we hadn't seen in a long time, and it was a really good vibe. All the bands really enjoyed playing, all the fans really enjoyed the show, so that was a great night. And one of my favourites, along with our CD launch, when we had a few friends up to do some session spots with us, and that was a packed night as well. That was really good. And my personal favourite, which was the support of Nile and Hate Eternal when they came here for the Adelaide leg of their Australian tour. And that was a top night, getting to share the stage with bands who were on that level of professionalism and who I'd been listening to for some time and really enjoyed. So top night there. On the flip side, there's been a couple of bad moments. At one show, a fan tried to strangle me halfway through the set after throwing a beer all over my crotch, and she had some issues and she was ejected from the premises and taken away in an ambulance. So that was a bit of a bad night there. And in one of our earlier shows, we had the idea to hand out some joints to members of the audience, who then proceeded to light them inside the venue and get us in a little bit of trouble with the owner. So amusing in retrospect, but not something we're looking to repeat. So, yes, as I say, we unfortunately can't really be doing a lot in the way of touring, but if we get the opportunity, we'd love to come and play internationally. But in the meantime, please give the album a spin. We hope you really enjoy it. And thanks very much for watching. Cheers to all at Antichrist, cheers to all at Wormhole Death, and hopefully we'll see you soon.